Good morning, happy Saturday. So I had the pleasure of sleeping in until 9:30 today. My 6-year-old daughter let me sleep in and I want to give her a shout out because that was great. My husband's at work today, so it's just her and I this weekend while he is at work during the day. He works 12-hour shifts. And we have a few things that we are going to try to accomplish today. So I made a list. First of all, I do need to go grocery shopping. We are doing a pantry challenge hosted by Jessica at Three Rivers Homestead here on YouTube. And we have realized over the first several weeks of this that we are not really equipped to do this pantry challenge the same way that a lot of people that are a little more equipped to do it are on YouTube, just because I've only been kind of working on food preservation for about 6 months, so we are not nearly as stocked as we would need to be able to do a real true pantry challenge. But the nice thing about the pantry challenge is that the rules that she set are that there are no rules, that you set your own rules. So instead of doing it like Becky at Acre Homestead or Jessica with Three Rivers Homestead are doing, what I'm going to do is, instead of kind of giving myself a limit of how much I can spend, I am going to just do where I focus on using things that I know have been in my freezer and my pantry for a long time. And then I'm going to try some new recipes that I've never tried before, because that's something that I think is a really important part of the pantry challenge, of trying to use up things that you have. And naturally, that's going to cause me to spend less on groceries. So that'll be nice too. So today we are going to go grocery shopping. I was going to buy bagels because I have cream cheese that I want to use. Like, I have strawberry cream cheese, so it's not like regular cream cheese I could use in a recipe as easily. But we were going to buy bagels, but I was like, you know what? Let's try making bagels, because I've always wanted to do that. So maybe we'll get to that today. But I do need to can more ground beef because I only have 1 quart jar left of that in my basement pantry. So my husband took 10 pounds of ground beef out of the freezer for me yesterday, and it's been thawing in my fridge. I also need to do some laundry. I need to just do a little bit of cleaning up around here, and that's about it. So we'll see how far we get with everything. I think I want to try to can the ground beef first, and then if we do have time today, I will make the bagels. If I don't have time for it today, I'll do it tomorrow. So thanks for coming along with me, and we will get our grocery shopping done first. Now, in case you didn't know, we do live across the street from an Aldi, and we could walk there since we only need a few things, but it's 14 degrees out, so we're gonna drive. Oh, hi. Yay! Okay, so we got back from the grocery store, and I'll show you what we all got. So I got these are actually men's utility boots, but they look like they'll fit me. They're men's size 9. I'm a woman size 10, so I think they'll fit. But they were only like $4 something. Let me check. Yeah, they were on clearance for $4.29. Like rubber boots, $4.29. Figured that's gonna be great for when I am gonna be in the garden again, because I didn't have any rain boots or work boots or anything like that. So I will take that for $4.29. Also, I got a gallon of milk, so we were all out of milk. I got 2 tomatoes. I also got some microwave popcorn because my daughter has been wanting that lately. A variety pack of granola bars, which we like to put in her lunches. Some shredded wheat, because that and Rice Krispies are my daughter's favorite cereals. She's never been into the sugary cereals as much as those, so I think it's kind of funny. I got some tortilla chips because I am going to be making guac at some point this week because I have a ton of avocados that should be ripe soon. And then also I want to do burrito bowls, and we like to have chips for that. So then I also got 2 things of breakfast sausages. I want to make more breakfast bowls because those are just so convenient. Or I could do breakfast burritos. I might do breakfast burritos because I haven't done that in a while, and I do have a bunch of tortillas. I got some cilantro from when I make guacamole. I got some lettuce for our taco bowls or burrito bowls, and also for just making tacos. I got unsweetened vanilla almond milk. I got some caramel macchiato coffee creamer, cottage cheese. I got some of these because my daughter really wanted them for her lunch. I know they're not like super healthy, but if she eats it, I will be happy. And then I got 2 packs of the thick cut bacon. I always get this at Aldi almost every single time I go shopping there because it is such a good deal. It's like $4 something for a pound. And the thick sliced bacon especially, that is a really good deal. So I don't know if I said cottage cheese, but I got cottage cheese. I also got a case of bottled water. I've been trying to get off of buying bottled water because it is wasteful and I don't like that. But my husband, for some reason, will not drink water unless he's drinking it out of like bottled water because it's just so convenient, I guess. So if you have any tips on how to get someone to drink water out of a reusable bottle like I do, when they don't want to have to fill that up all the time, let me know. But in total, I spent $52.60 for everything. So I think that's pretty good considering I also got new waterproof work boots. Okay, so now that I've gotten my grocery shopping done with, I am going to do a little bit of laundry. I want to throw in a little laundry so that when we're doing our next thing, that is going for us. Okay, so I think what we're gonna do first, while our laundry is going, is we're gonna make some homemade bagels. We can have bagels throughout the week. So the recipe that I found on Pinterest, I will link it in the description box, but you need 2 cups of all-purpose flour or bread flour. I don't have bread flour, so I'll use all-purpose flour. 4 teaspoons of baking powder, a half a teaspoon of sea salt, and 1.5 cups of Greek yogurt. I don't have Greek yogurt. Well, I have vanilla, but that would be weird. So I'm just gonna use sour cream instead, and hopefully it works okay. And then an egg white from one egg, 1 teaspoon of water, and then you can put optional seasonings or toppings on it, like sesame seeds, poppy seeds, flax seeds, or grated cheese. I'm actually gonna put everything bagel seasoning on mine, so they're everything bagels. So let's get started. All right, I am wearing a Christmas apron because I don't have a non-Christmas apron. So I have a pan. This is an old rusty pan, so it's all I have. Don't make fun of me. But I have parchment paper on here. I'm gonna get the egg white of the egg out of here. And then I'm gonna add the 1 teaspoon of water. And that is going to make our egg wash. gonna whisk it together with a fork. And then it says to set that aside. So it says in a bowl, we are going to combine our dry ingredients, which is 2 cups of flour, and then it is also going to be some baking powder, 4 teaspoons of baking powder, my baking powder has some clumps in it, so I'm just getting the clumps out. I need 4 teaspoons of this. This one is almost gone, but I have another one if I run out. 2. 3, 4. Didn't run out. Now we need a 1/2 teaspoon of salt. It says sea salt, but I don't have sea salt, so I'm just gonna use regular salt. I'm trying to use up all my iodized salts so that I can switch to Redmond's real salt, but I have like 3 of this size, so it'll be a little bit. And then the Greek yogurt, which we're doing sour cream. So it says to whisk the dry ingredients together first, and then add the Greek yogurt, or sour cream in my case. Some recipes I looked at do use yeast, but this one did not call for yeast, so we'll see how it turns out. Hopefully it turns out okay. Okay, so now I'm gonna add in the sour cream, which is 1.5 cups. And this was there's 2 cups in this whole container, and there was a little bit gone, so I'm gonna call that good. All right, so it says to mix this together with your hands until it forms a ball. It says if it's a little dry, to add a tiny bit of water. So I'm gonna do that because it looks like it needs it. Until it comes together. Okay, some of it is coming together pretty well. Some of it is a little dry. So I'm gonna take out the parts that are coming together pretty well. So I can just add a little bit of water to the dry parts. Okay, so it says on a lightly floured surface. Knead the dough about 10 times until it forms a slightly flattened ball. I don't make bread very often, as you can probably tell. So I am just doing what I think I'm supposed to be doing to knead it. kind of turning it and folding it. I probably did that too many times, but that is okay, hopefully. So form a slightly flat ball. I wasn't recording that whole time and I thought I was. So what I did was I took that little puck that I had formed and I used a pizza cutter to cut it into 8 sections, and then I just rolled them into like a log and then I turned them into the shape of a bagel. So they're not perfect by any means, but I'm sorry, I thought I was recording. Now we need to take our egg wash and egg wash over the top of these, and then I'll put some of that everything bagel seasoning on it. Unfortunately, I don't have a pastry brush, so I'm just gonna try to use this little spatula. That's the word I was searching for. Pastry brush has to be the next thing on my list of things to get. I had one and I don't know what happened to it. Maybe I lost it when we moved into our house. I don't really know. So I'm just gonna do my best here. Okay, so now this is what I'm going to use. It's everything bagel seasoning. At Trader Joe's, I guess they have everything but the bagel seasoning is what it's called. But I don't have a Trader Joe's in my area, and Aldi actually carries their own version of it, and it's awesome. So I'm gonna put that on here. This is also what I usually use for avocado toast. I'll like crush up some avocado on top of the toast, and then I will top it with this stuff, and it's awesome. Oh my gosh, this is gonna be so cute. If these actually turn out, I'm really hoping they do. If they turn out, they're gonna be beautiful. Okay, so it says to bake this at 375 on an upper rack for 25 minutes. And then we will transfer to a cooling rack and let it cool for at least 15 minutes before slicing, preferably longer. All right, while that bakes, I am going to clean up my kitchen a little bit. Okay, got the kitchen tidied up a little bit. So my husband works at a manufacturing place that makes appetizers. So I have these potato smiles that I need to use up. So part of the pantry challenge, trying to use things that are in my freezer. So for a snack today, I'm gonna make some of these for my daughter and myself. And I figured I might as well throw these frozen sausages that I got on here as well, because then they'll be ready for, I can cut them up and put them in our breakfast burritos that I'm gonna make. So I'm just gonna line them up here, and then as soon as the bagels are done, I can put them in the oven, since I do need to turn the temperature up for these. Yay! Okay, so I want to add onions to the breakfast burritos, and I have this container of frozen onions that I had in my freezer for a while, and I want to use them up. So I'm not going to store them in the container like that anymore, because that was kind of annoying. But I can use them up, and then I won't have to worry about that anymore. So other than that, these burritos are basically like you can throw whatever you have in them. I don't have any other fresh veggies other than onions and potatoes and avocado. So I'm just going to shred up some cheese. Actually, I have some pre-shredded cheese in here that I'll use for that. I do prefer shredding my own cheese, but I had this because my husband thought I wanted pre-shredded cheese, which is fine. We will use it. But I'm gonna get these onions sauteing so that I can put them in the breakfast burritos. So I did add a little bit of salt here, and then partway through this cooking, as the onions were thawing, I did have to dump out some of the water. I didn't show that on camera, but I wanted to mention it. Tip, if you ever drop an eggshell into your egg mixture like I did here, use the other half of the eggshell to scoop it out and it'll actually stick to itself. Makes it a lot easier. Okay, let's see how it looks. Oh my goodness. Look how cute they are! They're definitely a little like small and taller than they could have been, but they look awesome. I'm so excited to try them. Okay, so I'm gonna get these bagels onto a cooling rack. And our onions are sauteing nicely. I'm gonna actually cook the eggs in the same pan as the onions. I'm just gonna add the eggs right to that and just scramble them. And then we will be able to put in our sausages in the oven, and then once everything's done, we'll be able to assemble the breakfast burritos. Oh my gosh. Stick it a little bit. These are so cute. Hopefully they taste as good as they look. Alright. Sausages and potato smiles are going in. All right, so I ended up with a whole bag of breakfast burritos that I'm gonna throw in the freezer. I just used the bag that the tortillas came in, so I don't have to use another bag. And I'm really excited to have those for when we need a quick breakfast. And then I have my bagels here. I am gonna try them. So let me go ahead and cut them up and then we'll do a taste test. So I'm gonna put the rest of these in a Ziploc bag because it says to put them in a bag and they're gonna be good for 1 to 2 days. So what you could probably do too is freeze them, but I've never actually tried that, so I don't know. However, I'm probably just going to use them for breakfast, and then also I could use them to make a sandwich for lunch as well. So beautiful. Okay, so I have them a little toasted, and I have whipped cream cheese that I had in my fridge. So we are gonna give these a try. Okay, let's give it a try. Like folded in half. Okay, so they're definitely softer than you typically see bagels. They're not as chewy, which is because I use regular flour. If you use bread flour, it would definitely be chewier. They're really good. The flavor is good. I like the everything bagel seasonings, seeds and stuff on there. I think this was a success because I didn't even have to buy anything for that. I used everything that I already had. And it was very few ingredients overall. So I think this is a win. All right, so I do have to finish the laundry yet today, but it's 2:30 in the afternoon right now. I've been doing stuff around the house and in the kitchen for a few hours now. And quite honestly, I've just lost motivation to can the ground beef. So I'm gonna save that project for tomorrow. But we ended up with our 8 breakfast burritos and 8 bagels. And that's really an awesome accomplishment because bagels are something I've never made before, and breakfast burritos are something I haven't made in a long time, and I'm really excited to have that just as an easy, convenient breakfast. So tomorrow I will be filming the canning of the ground beef and anything else I do tomorrow. So I hope you will subscribe so you can follow along on my future videos. We definitely have a lot of future food preservation and freezer meal type videos coming in the next several months. So I hope you join along in the journey, and I thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great rest of your weekend. Bye.